Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
Good afternoon. Here is the national news from Baba Bagede Imo Television. First, the headlines. Tinubu has restored Nigerians' confidence, hope. Femi Fani-Kayode. Nigeria celebrates remarkable 55% drop in malaria death, advances on HIV goal, says WHO. Our cultists deceived, slain DPO, Rivers CP. Court remands jealous lover for killing girlfriend. Maritime crimes, Nigeria, Benin, Togo, Niger launch OP safe domain the second. And on sports, Awoniyi wins Nottingham Forest GOTM Awards. I am Morire Rabila Lawal. The news shortly. Former Minister of Aviation Femi Fani-Kayode has commended the effort of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in 100 days in office, saying he has restored the confidence and hope of the Nigerian people in the Committee of Nations. He also said the president has demonstrated in the first 3 months that Nigeria has risen to the task of leading the African continent. Fani-Kayode made this known via his X page shortly after the United Arab Emirates lifted the visa ban slammed on Nigeria. The presidential spokesperson, Ajuri Ngelale, in the press release on Monday said the UAE has lifted the visa restriction it imposed on Nigerians in October 2022. He also disclosed that the Etihad and Emirates Airlines have resumed flight operations in the country with immediate effect. Ngelale said these decisions were made following the meeting Tinubu had with Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan in Abu Dhabi. Reacting to the meeting and the historic agreement, which has resulted in the immediate cessation of the visa ban placed on Nigerian travelers, Femi Fani-Kayode said Tinubu achieved what his predecessor could not achieve. In the last few days, our president has placed Nigeria back at the center stage of international affairs, where she rightly belongs, the former aviation minister said. He stated after a fantastic outing in India at the G20 summit, which has attracted billions of dollars in investment to our country, and where he rightly told world leaders that they cannot do without Nigeria. He went on to the UAE and not only ensured that the visa ban on Nigerians was lifted, but also ensured a resolution to the trapped Emirate funds at Central Bank and the issue of flight routes and air travel between the two countries. All these achievements in a matter of few days. These are the things that the previous administration could not achieve in years of protracted or unfortunate acrimonious negotiations. I am truly proud of our president, and under his watch, Nigeria is clearly in the rise again. Not only has he restored our confidence and hope, but he has also proved to the world that great Nigeria, the giant of Africa, has come alive again. Glory be to God. And to the next story. In a significant health milestone, Nigeria has witnessed a substantial 55% reduction in malaria-related death. According to the World Health Organization, Dr. Masasido Moeti, WHO Regional Director for Africa, made this encouragement announcement during the unveiling of the 2022 Nigeria Malaria Report in Abuja. Dr. Moeti also lauded Nigeria's progress in addressing HIV from 2015 to 2021, achieving 2 of the 95-95-95 goals. These global HIV and AIDS response targets aimed for 95% of individuals with HIV to know their status, 95% to receive sustained antiretroviral therapy, and 95% to achieve viral suspension. Despite Nigeria being a significant contributor to the global malaria burden, accounting for approximately 27% of all malaria cases, the country has seen remarkable improvements. Since 2000, malaria incidence has dropped by 26% from 413% to 1,000 to 302% to 1,000 in 2021. Furthermore, malaria-related deaths are plummeted by 55% from 2.1% 1,000 population to 0.9% to 1,000 population. Dr. Moeti acknowledged the challenges faced in the scaling up interventions such as Nigeria's large population, suboptimal surveillance systems, inadequate funding, and preferences for private health care. She emphasized the importance of data-driven decision-making for tackling malaria and other diseases effectively. Looking ahead, Dr. Moeti stressed the need for comprehensive data and evidence gathering to develop similar reports on various diseases and conditions. This would empower countries to tailor interventions and allocate resources efficiently for both communicable and non-communicable diseases. Coordinating Minister of Health and Social Welfare, Professor Ali Pate, expressed the government's commitment to improving health governance. He pledged collaboration with development partners and the private sector to enhance health outcomes, including the retaining of 120,000 health workers and updating their practice standards. Prate underscored the vital goal of reducing the disease burden and improving the survival rate of affected individuals. Moving on to River State. The River State Commissioner of Police, Emeka Nwonyi, has said the late Divisional Police Officer of Ahuda, Bako Amgashin, played in the hands of the killers. Nwonyi revealed that the cultists had sold a dummy to the late Superintendent of Police, that they were ready to turn in their arms if they would be granted amnesty in return. It disclosed this during a solidarity protest by a human rights activist, Charles Jaja, at the headquarters of the State Police Command in Port Harcourt yesterday. Nwonyi expressed regret that the late Amgashin trusted the miscreant, only for him, Amgashin, to realize the death in desert. The CP, however, said that by actions of the cultists, they have taught the lion's tail. What pains me most was the idea of him, Amgashi, believing, like he kept saying, that these people said they were ready to surrender their guns and come out for amnesty. And he played to the gallery, only to know in death that these people were rather crafty in their operation and lured him for an onslaught. Continuing, the CP said, "We gave you cultists opportunity to embrace peace. No personal interest attached than the interest we collectively have to make sure the River State is peaceful. We'll be unrepentant until we put crime and criminality to its barest minimum in River State." He said that paying the supreme price was not the best reward for policemen who left their families to protect lives and property. Nwonyi stated, as police officers, if we left our family, our environment, our homes, for a state or national duty like this is not the best trophy to take home. While thanking the right advocate for the visit, he said, "It is a very painful time for us in the command for losing one of our best hands to the miscreants." Moving on to the next story. A security man, Samuel Adeniyi, was remanded at the Kîllíng Correctional Center on Monday for allegedly killing his girlfriend Veronica Sunday with a slug armor in the Lekki Phase 1 area of Lagos State. Magistrate Patrick Nwaka of the Yaba Magistrate Court ordered that the 33-year-old be remanded after Adeniyi was brought to court on one count of murder. The police prosecutor, Thomas Noordin, told the court that the incident occurred on August 10, 2023 at number 33 Audu Ekwa Street, Lekki Phase 1, Lagos State. According to the prosecutor, the defendant claimed that his lover was cheating on him and was never satisfied sexually. It was revealed in court that on one day in incident, he deceased a now left child, and she was tending to and went to meet another man, claiming she went to buy recharge cards. It was further disclosed that Adeniyi allegedly waited for hours before she returned. While he was trying to question her on why it took her a long time to come back home, they had a heated argument that led to a fight, and he unintentionally hit her with the hammer. Noordin told the court that the defendant fled the scene while the deceased was rushed to the mainland General Hospital by her employers, where she was confirmed dead by a doctor on duty. The magistrate ordered that he be remanded and placed in custody, pending the outcome of legal advice from the Office of the Directorate of Public Prosecution. If you're just joining, you are watching the national news from Baba Bagede Imo Television. Next story. Nigeria, Benin Republic, Togo, and Niger Republic have launched Operation Safe Domain II to combat piracy and maritime crimes in the Gulf of Guinea. Speaking at the inauguration on Monday, the Director of Multinational Maritime Coordination Center, Zone E, Commodore Anedi Ibok, explained that the program aimed at enhancing maritime security through regional collaboration for prosperity. The event is taking place from September 11 to 15 at Cotonou Port Naval Base Information Report. The Yaoundé Code of Conduct in 2013 divided the Gulf of Guinea into two regions, one coordinated by the Regional Center for Maritime Security in West Africa in the west and the other by the Regional Center for Maritime Security in Central Africa in the east. The ECOWAS Integrated Maritime Strategy established Maritime Zone E, F, and G in 2014, and E, established earlier as a pilot project, led to the establishment of other zones. EBOC states that the joint maritime operations and patrols aim to ensure permanent, joint, and coordinated control of Zone E for maritime safety and security. The operation is sponsored by ECOWAS and member states of Zone E due to the high rate of illicit maritime activities in the Gulf of Guinea and West Africa waters that explain further. The security challenges undermine the economic development of the zone while endangering the livelihood of local coastal communities and seafarers in general. Therefore, the operation will help defeat the adversary in whatever front they appear, he said. According to EBOC, the objectives of the patrols and joint operations are to pool resources of the state parties, make the maritime resources interoperable, and evaluate the standard operational procedures. The objective will also operationalize the right of outposts as defined by the rules of engagement, multilateral and bilateral memoranda to secure the maritime area of the Maritime Zone E, he concluded. Finally, on sports. Super Eagles striker Taiwo Awoniyi has won the Player of the Month and Goal of the Month award for the month of August at Nottingham Forest. Information report that Awoniyi was among those shortlisted for the Premier League Player of the Year Month Award for the month of August. The 25-year-old striker has scored 3 times totaling 184 minutes in 4 games for Nottingham Forest this season, stretching his impressive scoring run from last time to 7 consecutive Premier League matches. The third African player to do so after Mohamed Salah and Seyi Adebayo. Awoniyi will face competition from West Ham, Jarrod Bowen, James Maddison of Tottenham Hotspur, Rodri, Manchester City, Ryan Mbeumo, Brentford, and Kaoru Mitoma, Brighton and Hove Albion in the race for the gong. Announcing his aim as the winner of both POTM and GOTM awards on Monday, the club in a separate statement on its website said the Nigerian has picked up from where he left off after an excellent end of the last season, scoring 3 goals and producing an assist in 4 Premier League games so far this term. Awoniyi's 9 goals in 7 consecutive Premier League outings saw him become the first Forest player ever to do so, subsequently leading to August Premier League Player of the Month nomination. Well, the sports story, we've come to the end of today's national news. Before we go, some headlines. Tinubu has restored Nigeria's confidence, hope, Femi Fani-Kayode. Nigeria celebrates remarkable 55% drop in malaria death, advances on HIV goals, says WHO. Alcohol is deceived, slain DPO, Rivers CP. Court remands jealous lover for killing his girlfriend. And on sport, Awoniyi wins Nottingham Forest POTM, GOTM awards. For more updates of our broadcast on YouTube, our handle is Baba Bagede Imo Television. Kindly subscribe and click on the notification bell. Select option all to access all of our broadcasts. On Facebook, Bagede Imo with Alawi Adebayo. Please like and follow the page. For other placement of your goods and services, coverage of events and functions, please dial the phone number streaming on your screen. Thank you for watching. I am Morire Rabila Lawal. Good afternoon.
Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.